The latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLIFE.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLIFE.com or call 888-2020. Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And yeah, it felt like summer today, didn't it? In fact, yesterday too, 88 yesterday. So far this afternoon, about 90 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley. As we take a beautiful look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi Tower cam. Also in the foreground, bottom of your screen, parts of Three Lakes Estate, and in the middle of the screen, that's where we have our cross camera that we use quite a bit that shows both Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. And today, just a few high clouds out there and some warm temperatures, not much wind either. And we could see some thunderstorm activity, not so much here in Chelan County, but look at the area in orange. All of those locations susceptible this afternoon and tonight. We're talking probably around 6 o'clock or later tonight for Omak, Moses Lake, and many points east of there. Wenatchee, we are kind of on the line. We could see some big thunderheads off in the distance to our east, but I don't think we'll see a whole lot. A cold front's moving through, and that's going to collide with warm air and kick off those thunderstorms. And we will talk much more about that scenario and your weather week ahead coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. An autopsy planned for later this week will determine the cause of death of a young Kashmir man whose body was discovered along the Wenatchee Riverbank Friday afternoon. 4 people were injured in Chelan last Thursday night when an out-of-control SUV struck a group of people in a lakeside patio area. A 2-vehicle accident Friday night in Grant County has claimed the life of a 19-year-old Quincy man. And another rabid bat was found in a downtown Wenatchee parking lot, prompting a public risk warning by the Chelan-Douglas Health District. But first, we begin tonight. Pangborn Memorial Airport is one step closer to offering daily nonstop flights to San Francisco after receiving a $750,000 grant from the federal government Friday afternoon. That money will be combined with over $400,000 in locally raised funds to help entice a commercial airline to bring the service to the Wenatchee area. The Port District's Director of Business Development, Craig Larson, says that's the next step.
Next steps is finding a carrier to fly the route for us and entering into a contractual relationship with them regarding the revenue guarantee and how this program is going to work. And then once that's accomplished, we will set a commencement date for service, and then this community that did such a great job supporting this flight and pledging the funds to make it happen, then it's back on the community to use the service and also for us to market our region as a tourist destination to Central California and have folks from down there coming up here and taking advantage of all the great things we have to offer to visitors to the region.
The community contributions are combined with a federal grant into a pool of funds from which the airline can draw if and only if revenue does not cover expenses during the first 2 years. If service is successful, remaining community funding will be returned to community investors at the end of the 2-year period. Larson says the airport has been experiencing an increase in the number of commercial passenger boardings as Horizon Air increased its daily summer schedule to 4 daily flights to SeaTac Airport. Well, an autopsy planned for later this week will determine the cause of death of a young Kashmir man whose body was discovered along the Wenatchee Riverbank Friday afternoon. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris positively identified the body of 19-year-old Sheldon S. House Jr. of Kashmir, who went missing in May, and he'd been the subject of a search. In a news release issued Friday afternoon, Sheriff Brian Burnett reports the body was recovered after a rafter reported the body's sighting to Rivercom near the 4700 block of Old Monitor Road. Chelan County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived in the area and located the deceased body in the river 15 to 20 feet from shore snagged on submerged logs. The body was recovered and turned over to the Chelan County coroner. 4 people were injured in Chelan last Thursday night when an out-of-control SUV struck a group of people in a lakeside patio area off Wooden Avenue before hurtling off an embankment and flipping over into a neighboring parking lot. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office issued a news release describing what happened. Officials say the cause of the accident could be medically related. Sheriff Brian Burnett says witnesses at the scene said the driver of a white SUV turned into the driveway at West Wooden Avenue and drove at a high rate of speed through the patio area of the business and struck 3 pedestrians who were in the patio area. The vehicle continued to accelerate, driving over the embankment across the top of an unoccupied parking vehicle, flipping and coming to rest upside down against a parked vehicle. 2 of the 3 vehicles were totaled, including the causing vehicle. Early indications are a medical condition may have been a contributing factor. The investigation is ongoing. Well, a 2-vehicle accident Friday night in Grant County has claimed the life of a 19-year-old Quincy man. Jose Delatorre Jr. was traveling east on Road 9 Northwest when he failed to yield and collided with a 1-ton Ford pickup who was headed south on Road S Northwest. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says Delatorre Jr. was taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center where he died due to his injuries. The driver of the truck declined medical treatment. 2 passengers were also in Delatorre Jr.'s car at the time of the accident, and they were transported to the hospital with unspecified injuries. A 24-year-old Quincy woman was killed early Saturday morning after being run off the road by her ex-boyfriend. Just after midnight, Washington State Patrol says 24-year-old Jessica Qualley called 911 to report she was being followed by her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Carlos Caranaza of Wenatchee, just outside Quincy on State Route 28. Caranaza then struck Qualley's SUV from behind, resulting in a rollover collision into an irrigation ditch. Qualley died at the scene. Carranza then fled at a high rate of speed. Quincy police observed the vehicle traveling westbound into Quincy after a short pursuit. Carranza lost control of his car, drove into a ditch, fled, and was able to escape. He was later found at a residence on Boudry Street in Wenatchee and arrested without incident. Carranza was booked into the Grant County Jail and charged with murder in the 2nd degree. A rabid bat was found in a downtown Wenatchee parking lot, prompting a public risk warning by the Chelan Douglas Health District. The district issued a news release Friday reporting the discovery of the deceased bat in the Morris Building parking lot. It's located at 23 South Wenatchee Avenue. Wenatchee Valley Animal Control delivered it to the health district, who turned it over to the Washington State Lab for testing. It's reported that the Morris Building parking lot and its stairwell is often used by employees of the Morris Building. It's unknown if anyone or any pet came in touch with that rabid bat. Touching the bat without gloves may expose a person or pet to rabies. Chelan Douglas Health District asks that you contact your local health jurisdiction if you or someone you know or any of their pets touch this bat. Please contact your veterinarian if you believe your pet has come in contact with a rabid bat. Well, coming up next, an update on the Little Camas fire burning near Kashmir. A Wenatchee construction project is now underway, which could snarl evening city traffic. And construction has begun on a new roundabout on Western and Springwater. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home, too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. we're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
It's a free walk-in job search assistance center. It is designed to help job seekers with the tools that they need to find a job. We have partnered with libraries in 5 other cities, providing the same types of services that we offer here, just there.
Just walk in, we have laptops, and we can help you with resume, cover letter.
All of our services are paid for by the revenues earned in our store. Goodwill is just a tool that the community is using to help their neighbors find a job. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Welcome back. In other news, fire crews make progress as milder weather conditions help containment efforts on the Little Camas fire in Chelan County. Managers say the fire is now 35% contained as 334 firefighters from the U.S. Forest Service and DNR overcome steep, rocky terrain in the mountains. It's located about 6 miles southwest of Kashmir. It was a busy weekend for the 334 firefighters who've made the Chelan County Fairgrounds their temporary home since the blaze was first reported Thursday afternoon. The fire is burning in mostly logging slash, brush, and timber stands on Weyerhaeuser land in the Sand Creek and Mission Creek drainages. The area burned has been downsized to about 330 acres due to better mapping. No structures are threatened. The Camas Meadows Bible Camp and a few homes located about 2 miles from the fire are under Level 1 evacuation advisories. Monday's weather will be a repeat of Sunday's, with temperatures bumping up a few degrees and relative humidities about 20%. During the evening and overnight hours, a dry cold front is expected to pass over the fire, bringing on westerly 18 to 25 mile an hour gusts that will persist through Tuesday late afternoon. These same winds proved challenging for control efforts on the eastern flank a few days ago. More hot and dry conditions are expected later in the week. A new Wenatchee construction project now underway could snarl evening city traffic. The city of Wenatchee is removing and replacing around 550 feet of 42-inch diameter storm drain pipe. It's on Miller Street between Mission and Wenatchee Avenue. The work is being done in advance of the pending pavement restoration project to be built by the State Department of Transportation, which will run through the summer. Work will occur during evening hours between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. A lane closure will divert the 2 lanes of traffic in northbound Miller into southbound Miller. There will be 1 lane of traffic in each direction on Miller between Mission and Wenatchee Avenue. Northbound Wenatchee Avenue will also be closed to through traffic between 9th Street and Miller, with the complete closure of Wenatchee Avenue right there at Miller Street. Local access will be maintained. That project should be completed by the end of the month. Meanwhile, Hearst Construction of Wenatchee also began construction of a mini roundabout at the intersection of Western and Springwater earlier today. Working hours will generally be Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The intersection will only close for 1 week of the 6-week project and will remain open for a majority of the roundabout construction. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Dan Kuntz in for Eric Granstrom tonight and our feature story. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with Carrier, manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been. It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
I don't know whose voice that was, but he's good. Hi, everybody. Dan Kuntz filling in for the vacationing Eric Granstrom. We can say that now because he's back tomorrow. Here's the scenario. Ryan Healy comes to the plate. Bottom of the first inning, bases loaded, 2 outs. He needed to come through in a big way. He was in an 0 for 13 slump, and Ryan Healy came through in a very big way. He doubled. That scored a couple of runs, and he followed that up with an even bigger 3-run home run later on. And that means that the Mariners go on to defeat the Colorado Rockies on Sunday. The final 6-4. Healy responsible for 5 of the Mariners' 6 runs. Healy's homer was his 18th of the season, and he helped the Mariners bounce back after they dropped their first 2 games of the series. Wade LeBlanc picked up the win despite giving up 4 runs and allowing 3 homers to the Rockies in 6 innings. The 3 homers allowed were the most by LeBlanc in an appearance this year. The homers by the Rockies: Charlie Blackmon, Carlos Gonzalez, and Trevor Story. Edwin Diaz struck out all 3 batters he faced in the 9th for his major league leading 35th save. Blackmon gave the Rockies a 1-0 lead in the top of the first with his 17th home run of the year. The Mariners answered in the bottom of the inning, loaded the bases for Kyle Seager's sacrifice fly, and then again for Healy's double. Gonzalez led off the 5th inning with his 8th homer for Colorado. Story gave the Rockies a 4-3 lead in the top of the 6th with a 2-run shot, his 17th. But in the bottom of the inning, Nelson Cruz walked, Kyle Seager had a base hit, and then 1 out later, Healy homered to left field for the final score, 6-4. By the way, the Mariner bullpen perfect again on Sunday. So the Mariners at least salvaged 1 game of the interleague series with the Colorado Rockies. They're off today. Then they're off to Anaheim to take on the LA Angels. Mike Leake, the right-handed pitcher, will start Tuesday for the M's. By the way, congratulations to the 3 All-Stars that the Mariners have placed on the American League team. Edwin Diaz, no surprise there. Mitch Haniger, both as reserves, and Nelson Cruz also as a reserve. So 3 All-Stars with a chance to get 1 more. Gene Segura is part of the final 5 that the fans can vote on. Go to Major League Baseball's website and see if we can get Gene Segura to join his 3 teammates on the American League All-Star, the All-Star game 1 week from tomorrow. For the Apple Sox, Curtis Baffa's team turned in its 3rd quality start of the season, but the Wenatchee Apple Sox fell to the Walla Walla Sweets 2-0 yesterday afternoon at Borleski Stadium in Walla Walla. Baffa's allowed 2 runs, 1 earned over 7 innings. He struck out 3, but again, he suffered the loss. The Sweets scored 1 run in the first and 1 run in the 3rd to pick up the series victory. Walla Walla takes 4 of 6 with the Apple Sox on the season. Those two teams are done for the year. Defensively, Sox made several impressive defensive plays to thwart further Walla Walla scoring chances in the 5th with a runner at second. Sox left fielder Johnny Sage fielded a base hit to left and threw out the runner at home to end the inning. The very next inning, with runners at the corners, the Sweets attempted a suicide squeeze, but they popped the bunt up in foul territory. Third baseman Jake Taylor lunged to his left, caught the ball, flipped it to the shortstop for the inning-ending double play. The Sox wrapped up their first half Sunday, and now they begin the second half Tuesday. They have 6 consecutive games against the Bellingham Bells. They'll take on Bellingham 3 games at Paul Thomas Senior Field, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday up in Bellingham. And that is sports. Have yourself a great Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Well, do you know how many wildfires are caused by humans in Washington State? With summer festivities in full swing, Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz wants you to remember these wildfire prevention tips.
Hey, this is important. I need your attention. I am Hillary Franz, your Commissioner of Public Lands. Did you know that 75% of our wildfires are caused by humans? We can do better than that. This is Wildfire Prevention 101. Come on, let's get started. Looks like a good parking spot to me. No! Don't you know that parking your car on dry grass can cause a fire? In fact, exhaust pipes plus dry grass, it equals fire. And there's a laundry list of other items like weed whackers and mowers, and dragging chains anywhere near dry grass leads to serious fires. Let's get this right, folks. We can do this. Do it again.
I
I think there's a better parking spot up there.
Okay.
Yes, 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 that's exactly how it's done. Now, make sure you have your Discover Pass and enjoy our recreation areas this summer. Great job!
It's so hot out. I'm glad we took a break from hiking.
It'll get cooler when it gets dark, though. Also, I brought some fireworks for after our hike.
Seriously, how is lighting fireworks in our forest a good idea? It is never a good idea to light fireworks in our forest. It leads to horrendous wildfires. Don't light anything that could explode and cause damage. Let's try this again. Seriously, come on, people. We can do this.
It'll get cooler when it gets dark. I'm glad that we can watch the fireworks show from afar, though.
Yes, exactly. This is how we have a good time. Now you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Before you start a campfire, check burn restrictions and find an approved fire pit. When you're done, make sure to put it out. Pour that water in, drown, stir. Make sure all embers are out. Listen, you can take actions to reduce wildfires this summer. You can be one less spark. I believe in you.
We'll be back with the recap of some of our top stories and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Vamonos junk haulers, big or small, they haul it all. Vamonos junk haulers are experienced at hauling junk from your household items to yard and construction debris. That old hot tub and eyesore, Vamonos, will make it Vamonos. Recycling is a priority to Vamonos junk haulers. They'll haul away your old appliances and electronics. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vamonos Junk Haulers also rents trucks and trailers. Call Vamonos Junk Haulers and Moving Service today to schedule your free estimate.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas. And introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at two great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniat. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
Walk and Roll Wenatchee's Asian Express is fast, fresh food. Wenatchee Roll's new Poke Hawaiian Fresh Salad Bar is the best. Fresh greens, fresh seafood, and handmade sauces. You know what you want. At Walk and Roll, create your own style meal. Hot off the line chicken, beef, and veggie plates. Lunch or dinner to match your appetite. Fresh sushi, hot entrees, Poke Fresh Salad Bar. It's new. It's Walk and Roll Wenatchee, fast, fresh food your way. Located on 5th and Mission.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. An autopsy planned for later this week will determine the cause of death of a young Kashmir man whose body was discovered along the Wenatchee Riverbank Friday afternoon. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris positively identified the body of 19-year-old Sheldon S. House Jr. of Kashmir, who went missing in May and had been the subject of a search. In a news release issued Friday afternoon, Sheriff Brian Burnett reports the body was recovered after a rafter reported the body's sighting to Rivercom near the 4700 block of Old Monitor Road. Chelan County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived at the area and located the deceased body in the river 15 to 20 feet from shore, snagged on submerged logs. The body was recovered and turned over to the Chelan County coroner. A two-vehicle accident Friday night in Grant County has claimed the life of a 19-year-old Quincy man. Jose De La Torre Jr. was traveling east on Road 9 Northwest when he failed to yield and collided with a one-ton Ford pickup who was headed south on Road S Northwest. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says De La Torre Jr. was taken to Quincy Valley Medical Center where he died due to his injuries. The driver of the truck declined medical treatment. Two passengers were also in De La Torre Jr.'s car at the time of the accident, and they were transported to the hospital with unspecified injuries. Just a 24-year-old Quincy woman was killed early Saturday morning after being run off the road by her ex-boyfriend. Just after midnight, Washington State Patrol says 24-year-old Jessica Qualley called 911 to report she was being followed by her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old Carlos Caranaza of Wenatchee. Just outside of Quincy, that was on State Route 28. Caranaza then struck Qualis's SUV from behind, resulting in a rollover collision into an irrigation ditch. Quali died at the scene. Caranaza then fled at a high rate of speed. Quincy police observed the vehicle traveling westbound into Quincy, and after a short pursuit, Caranaza lost control of his car, drove into a ditch, fled, and was able to escape. He was later found at a residence on Boudry Street in Wenatchee and was arrested without incident. Caranaza was booked into the Grant County Jail and charged with murder in the second degree. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. But before we do that, let's look out our beautiful summertime weather window, where we're seeing some high clouds out there as we look from our jump-off ridge Sky-Fi tower camera. A few high clouds along the horizon and above, but overall, a very nice weather day today. Keep in mind our normal high is about 84 degrees right now. We topped off at least 90 degrees this afternoon, and we're going to stay with those warm temperatures. A little dip in our temperatures tomorrow, and then other than that, it is going to be hot. As we take a look at our surface loop, we are seeing just very few clouds out there today. It's some along our western horizon as we take a look at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Lots of clear skies to our east, and as we move into Tuesday, there will be a weak cold front that will move through. That will really kick our winds up tonight, and the winds will blow as well on Tuesday, about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Not much cloudiness out there, but it will really cool our temperatures down, almost 10 degrees in some locations. And then that front moves through, and on Wednesday, a ridge of high pressure builds in, and there won't be hardly a cloud in all of the Pacific Northwest, southern Oregon, all the way up to northern Washington. Lots of sunny, clear skies. And then Thursday, that ridge will intensify, and we're going to go right to our temperature map for this one, because the reds, those are all 90 degree or above temperatures that we'll see on Thursday. We are included in that. We will be in the middle to upper 90s here, and possibly 100 or higher down in the Tri-Cities area. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. And tonight, a very mild 67 degrees for overnight lows. Tomorrow, yes, sunny and breezy, will be a little bit cooler. 82 our high temperature tomorrow. And then right back to the heat on Wednesday. Sunny with light winds, and 90, 97 on Thursday, what looks to be our hottest day of the entire forecast period. Still plenty warm as we end our work week on Friday. Sunny and hot and 95. And look at that weekend ahead. Sunny and warm with high temperatures in the low 90s. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Looking for a hands-on, high-demand job? Now is the perfect time to get trained for a career in manufacturing. Washington currently has a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and retirements are making room for more. The machining program at Wenatchee Valley College is designed to give students the foundation to excel in this precision industry. Don't wait, there are only 15 spots left. A 2-year degree and a 1-year certificate are available. Learn more at wvc.edu/machining.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
I'm Jenny Kerstetter, and you are watching the NCW Life channel.